First thing is what I call the Haussmannization, Mosaicization of the cities.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Haussmann will come for Napoleon and
Hmm.
bring in a large boulevard.
Hmm.
So within Paris, and that's how we know what Haussmannization of Paris means,
Hmm.
and we also know what happened to Napoleon after that. So I don't
Right.
want to repeat history there here,
Hmm.
and exactly what was pointed out by Moses. But I think one of the finest critiques to such form of urbanization
Hmm.
or such forms of planning has come from Samuel Stein in his very seminal work called The Capital City,
Hmm.
where he says we are not corrupt actually as planners.
Hmm.
Actually, the system makes us corrupt.
Yeah.
So,
Which is
so,
every
so
cop
and
ever. Yeah.
yeah, and so he also focuses on this decentralized but democratic planning.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between just decentralization and also adding democratization to that,
Yeah.
where they own it. So I
Yeah.
think that's why. And then he said, yeah, experts can come, like what Romy Khosla has been pointing out here in
Yeah.
India. He says after graduation, actually, they should get a cooling off period of 2 years, of
Yeah.
course, with full salaries,
Yeah.
and they must be sent back to the towns and cities. At least they will be able to learn what
Yeah.
India is. At
Yeah.
the same time, the cities will be able to get their plans instead of those plans coming up from, you know, large tech companies or
Yeah.
those consultants. So
Yeah.
yeah, I stand completely for planning. I mean, but the point is, who plans for whom? I
Yeah.
mean, how are we engaging the people? Is citizen part and parcel of it,
Yeah.
or is it more of a ruler ruled? That's not the way. That's not the healthy way,
Yeah.
because people will not own that substance, and
Yeah.
people and there will be massive alienation to such a process. And this is, I think, what the postmodernists are. I mean, I don't agree with them
Yeah.
completely. What they're saying that look, so,
Especially Rem
but
Koolhaas, who takes
huh,
photographs of slums and
yeah.
say, "Look, they are so beautiful." But have you lived in a slum, man? What are you talking
No, but
about?
the point is, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I mean, raising down the slums
Yeah.
without, and we've seen how rehabilitation works.
Yeah.
Actually, not a single case we have seen where
Yeah. It never.
and then they are shifted 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Take for example Mumbai. Mumbai, very classic
Yeah.
examples are there. I visited recently that town, that city, and found all of us suddenly find a person living in a slum goes to the 20th story, and
Yeah.
then the lift doesn't work, and
Yeah.
when there is no water, then the guy takes water in a
Yeah.
bucket 20 stories climb up.
Yeah.
So those are not the ways and those are not the forms,
Yeah.
because we don't see in that through that prism of equity, through that prism of inequality that exists
Right.
starkly and massively in our cities.
Right.
So I think that is important. I mean, where are the assets? Tell me. The asset holding capacity has substantially reduced. I mean, what are we talking about? I think
Yeah.
that we can't run away. Forget about. I mean, whether we are speaking to the postmodernists or to the modernists
Hmm.
in that form. I
Hmm.
think the reality is that there is huge inequity that exists.
Hmm.
And in fact, the city development process, I'm not sure, because Samuel Stein has done a wonderful work where he says that in most of the cities, actually, the principal mode of accumulation of capital is through real estate development. I'm not sure how it happens in India,
Hmm.
but I'm in some of the cities, definitely that could be one of the reasons.
Hmm.
But then we've also seen how unsustainable it is, because if you go to
Right.
Noida,
Right.
you find large swathes of land. There are buildings. There's
Yeah.
no one who can stay in it.
Same in Gurgaon.
Yeah. So we can easily understand. I mean,
Yeah.
so what we need to do is to revisit the entire policy of
Yeah.
urban development,
Yeah.
and that's why I mean what we have been advocating, because we have one lone member, surviving lone member of the first urban commission,
Yeah.
Kirti Shah,
Yeah.
for a second urban commission. I
Hmm.
think we desperately require a second urban commission,
Hmm.
which talks about all these things. And I don't think there could be one single model. I think
Hmm.
we have to speak in multiple models,
Hmm.
but at the same time, not keeping the people aside.
Hmm.
After all, it is the repository of all this has to be the people.
Hmm.
So else there will be complete alienation. I mean, they will say, okay, someone is going to do for us.
Hmm.
That's not the way how things happen.
Hmm.
And empowering them. And the second thing is democratizing that